Welcome, race fans, to the last great Coliseum here in Bristol, Tennessee for the 12th race of Season 2, the Food City 500. Today, 23 drivers are here lined up ready to take on one of the toughest tracks on the schedule, the short 0.5-mile bull ring in Bristol, Tennessee. The chase is looming ever closer. Only 2 races remain before the cutoff race in Richmond, and until then, drivers have to get as many points as they can to stay safe at the chase cutoff. Drivers like Daniel Hemrick are ever close to being bumped out of this 10-driver chase, and the 2 wildcard spots are currently occupied, meaning you have to be inside the top 10 in points to make the chase. Like I just said, Daniel Hemrick only sits 2 points above being bumped out of the playoffs, while Chase Elliott in 13th, 2 points below being bumped out of the playoffs. Larson and Bowman currently occupy the wildcard spots. They're also 11th and 12th in points, meaning things get a little bit simpler around there. We'll see if that changes by the end of the day. Anyways, while those 23 drivers are ready to take on the Bristol Motor Speedway, Mother Nature perhaps is not. Weather, as always at Bristol, is a factor. Here's a look at the forecast. 5 minutes, it does look like it's going to be clear, but in 10 minutes, showers are imminent with a 76% chance of rain. It does look like we'll be able to get the start of this race in, but I don't know if we'll be able to finish it all in one take. We'll have to see what the weather decides to do. 15 minutes, it should be back to clear, so if there is a delay, it will only be in the middle of the race. We should be able to finish everything today. We'll be right back on TMG after this. Getting ready to roll here at Bristol Motor Speedway. 23 drivers have a chance of winning, but only one of them will come out on top. Let's move in for the starting lineup and the command to fire engines. Drivers, for the 12th time in Season 2, start your engines! And Thunder Valley comes to life with the roar of engines. 23 drivers ready to take on this half-mile bull ring, but only one of them will come out on top. Let's move in for your starting lineup. Row 1, Eric Jones, fastest on qualifying day. He starts on pole to the inside of Daniel Hemrick. And in row 2, Ryan Priest starts to the inside of Ryan Newman. Coming up in row number 3, Eric Almirola starts to the inside of Joey Logano. And in row 4, Ryan Blaney starts to the inside of Chase Elliott. Waiting here on row 5, but coming up in row 5, Kyle Larson starts to the inside of Paul Menard. And in row 6, the driver who's been on a roll in the Monster Energy Series, Chris Buschard, starts to the inside of Kansas winner Brad Keselowski. Row 7, Hendrick teammates line up alongside each other, Alex Bowman with the advantage. And in row 8, Martin Truex Jr. starts along Kevin Harvick. A pair of Stewart-Haas Fords line up in row 9 with Daniel Suarez on the inside of Clint Bowyer. Coming up in row 10, Denny Hamlin starts to the inside of Kyle Busch. And in row 11, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. starts to the inside of Jimmy Johnson. Finally, rounding out the field today, Austin Dillon will bring up the tail end of the field with a poor qualifying result. So we are, of course, ready to go racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway. The chase is looming closer and drivers are looking to rack up as many points as they can before the cutoff. Coming to the green flag. The green flag is out. We're racing in Thunder Valley. Pretty clean through turn 1. Eric Jones gets away from Ryan Priest. He launches off of turn 4. Daniel Hemrick chases behind. Lap 2 now underway. Eric Jones continuing to lead over Ryan Priest and Daniel Hemrick. Priest on the outside of Hemrick. Hemrick gets swept up on the outside by Eric Almirola. Priest shuffles into second, but Almirola is hungry for more. Eric Almirola dives on the inside of Ryan Priest. Priest crosses over, goes back to the inside, runs wide in turn 1 and 2, and Eric Almirola goes back at the bottom. Ryan Priest, though, holds his ground and goes back around the outside of Almirola. He's looking after Eric Jones, and he moves him out of the way. Eric Jones gets shoved out of the way by Ryan Priest in turn 2. Priest to the lead. The rain is coming, though, and just as I say that, around goes Martin Truex Jr. Spins off of turn number 4, and the first caution of the day is out. This time it's for the 19 car. So exactly in the middle of this race, Martin Truex Jr. loops it coming off at turn number 4, and this will definitely carry us into the wet. Let's take a look at a replay of what happened. Coming up on your screen now, Martin Truex Jr. does the back end, gets loose on that 19 car and drives it straight into the inside wall. Didn't look like he had any help. Looks like he might have just looped it on his own. Taking a look at it again, doesn't look like Suarez pushed him on. It looks like he just went off by himself. Maybe trying to get back to the throttle a bit too early. Maybe the rain started coming and loosened up the track a bit. What we do know, however, is that Martin Truex Jr. will be out of this race, and the weather's here. It has started raining on Bristol Motor Speedway. Don't go anywhere. NASCAR on TMG. We'll be right back after this. Back live here at Bristol Motor Speedway, and spoiler alert, the rain has not stopped. It's coming down harder than ever now. It's pretty much washing away all the grip that was on this racetrack, so by the time we do go back green, it's going to be a completely different race. But as of right now, we don't have to worry about going back green because it's not going to stop raining for at least another 15 minutes. 10 minutes on, it'll loosen up to light rain. 15 minutes, it should be clear once again. And in 23 minutes, hopefully we'll have the track dry so we can go back racing. But as of right now, action is stopped from the Food City 500. And welcome back to NASCAR on TMG. The rain has finally subsided and we are ready to go back green at Bristol Motor Speedway. One thing of note, the track has completely changed. The rain came and turned this into a green racetrack, meaning there is no rubber left in it. We're ready to go back racing. Let's see how this turns out. Green flag is back out on lap 8 of 12. And an astounding restart by Ryan Preece sweeps around the outside of Blaney in turn 1. Joey Logano chases after him, but now Newman turns him into the wall. Joey Logano into the wall, and now it goes Preece, Newman, and Blaney. Ryan Newman trying to chase down Ryan Preece down the back straightaway, and coming to lap 10, he'll have the inside. Ryan Newman back down the inside, storming after Ryan Preece. He'll have the inside this time by. Coming to 2 to go, and it's Ryan Newman to the race lead. Now, Ryan Blaney, Season 1 champion, will be left to try and chase down the Daytona 500 winner. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough, though. 1 lap to go, and Newman's getting away. Chase Elliott down on the inside of Joey Logano takes second, but up front, Ryan Newman, second win of the season. He'll take it at Bristol. After a long 5-month winless streak, Ryan Newman is back on top here at Bristol in the Food City 500. It was a completely different race at the end. Let's take a look at the move of the race. So just elaborating on what I said earlier at the end of the race, I think because of the rain, the bottom lane really came into effect. Newman was able to hunt down Ryan Preece within a matter of laps and got alongside of him on lap 10 of 12. Coming to 2 laps to go, Newman clearly had the superior race car. It was just a matter of when he would get around Ryan Preece. It would happen here in turn 3 and 4 on lap 10. Newman stormed around the inside and never looked back. Ryan Preece tried to hold on to the top lane, but ultimately it was the bottom lane that got Newman the win. He'll burn it down at Bristol. So Ryan Newman is back on top here at the Food City 500. Let's take a look at your finishing results in the top 10. Ryan Newman comes away with the win, followed by Chase Elliott, Joey Logano, Ryan Preece, Ryan Blaney, Kevin Harvick, Daniel Hemrick, Daniel Suarez, Eric Jones, and Brad Keselowski will round off the top 10. As for your notable finishes, Ryan Preece with a great job finishing in 4th place, Hemrick a good job finishing in 8th, Chris Buescher by far his best drive of the season finishing in 14th, then Clint Bowyer and William Byron, they were close to the top of the point standings, but after this they will definitely not be. Here's your points and bubble watch. Specifically looking at the right, Daniel Hemrick has extended his gap over the bubble by 3 points. Chase Elliott now over the bubble by only 1 point in 10th place. Kyle Busch under by 1, Preece under by 20. And because Kyle Larson and Alex Bowman both have wins, they are 11th and 12th, although technically they are 12th and 13th in the points. Looking at the race to the playoffs grid, it does look like it's shifting in the favor of Ryan Blaney after a poor result by Paul Menard. It's definitely going to be close coming to the end of this race to the playoffs run, but it looks like Ryan Blaney might not be the favorite to win it. So thank you all for watching the Food City 500 here from Bristol. Just a bit of a channel update. I know I haven't done weekly uploads in a while like I said I wanted to. Most likely, I want to try and get Darlington out on Memorial Day weekend. No guarantees. So Richmond's going to have to be pushed back. It would have been perfect timing if I could upload that one on Memorial Day weekend, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. If I'm fast enough, maybe. But as of right now, it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Darlington is next week for the throwback race, but other than that, this is the Motorsports Guy, signing out.